Horace, Ars Poetica, Episode 5. Inceptis grabibus plerumquet magna professis. Purpureus late qui splendeat unus et alter. Ad suetur panus cum lucus et ardra dianae. Et properantis aquae per amoi nos ambitus agros. Aut flu men hre naut pluvius de scribitur arcus. This is a sophisticated sentence and a good example of Horace's style. It begins with these datives, inceptis gravibus and professis. The subject is purpureus panis, or panis more particularly, and the verb is ad suetur. So, upon these weighty beginnings, generally, and upon things that are proclaiming or professing something great, magna, a purple patch, purpureus panis. One purple patch and another, unus et alter, is sewn on, ad suetur, or it's generally sewn on. And then we have this clause, late qui splendeat, a relative clause of characteristic. Notice the subjunctive here, which is modifying the purple patch. The rest of the sentence gives examples of what a purple patch is, a purpureus panis. But before we go on to the examples, we need to talk about the beginning of the sentence. So as I said, purpureus panis, the subject, that's masculine singular and nominative, a purple patch, and then ad suetur, a third singular, present indicative passive. This is a third conjugation verb, ad suo, ad suere. So a purple patch is sewn onto, ad suetur, weighty beginnings. It is generally sewn on, this is an adverb, and onto things that are professis, that are proclaiming or promising or have promised. This is from profiteor, to state, to proclaim. It's a deponent verb, second conjugation, profiteor, profiteri, like so. It has an object, this deponent participle, namely magna, which is neuter plural and accusative. So the purple patch is sewn onto those things. This would be the beginning of a work of literature. It's a patch which gleams brightly, in order that it might gleam brightly, late qui splendeat. So this is a subjunctive verb from splendeo splendere, second conjugation, and here is the adverb late. We then have these two nominatives here, unus et alter, which are going with panis, and their position here in the sentence is a little bit startling. One purple patch or another is stitched upon, etc. This cum here I take to mean for example, but you could translate it a little more woodenly if you wanted to as when. It's going with the verb describitur, so it's a temporal clause, cum describitur. Some might call it circumstantial. When the grove, the lucus, and the altar of Diana is described, describitur. So lucus is nominative, its fourth declension, ardra nominative, first declension, and Dianae a feminine singular genitive. So when the grove and the altar of Diana are described, and when the circuit, ambitus, here's our next nominative, another fourth declension, when the circuit of rushing water, properantis aquae, feminine singular and genitive, when the circuit of water rushing per amoinos agros, through gentle fields, is described, or the flumen hrenum, the Rhine River, or the rainbow, pluvius arcus, is described, describitur. I take this to be one of the most beautiful and complicated sentences of Latin poetry that I have analyzed thus far, and I think it repays very careful and repeated scrutiny. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the lesson, please press the like button. Don't forget to subscribe and leave a comment.